Greetings, anime fans! It is Corey from SuperKamiGuru9000, and welcome to a very special day. You know what? This is an awesome week for us. It's just the height of the summer. Everybody's out at the beach. And you know what? It's Shark Week! That's right, Shark Week, which is easily the coolest week on Discovery Channel, where they show all of their shark documentaries and programming all week long, non-stop. Now, sharks kick ass, and it makes sense that a lot of their characteristics would carry over to some of our favorite characters in some of our anime and manga series. And as some of you know, me and Christian are getting ready to start a Versus series, where we're going to primarily focus on East versus West. However, this is a battle that I have just been wanting to happen for a long time. A really, really awesome anime manga versus battle. One that features the coolest shark-themed characters that I can think of. That's right, guys. Here it is. The ultimate battle. Kisame Hoshigaki from Naruto versus Hody Jones from One Piece. I think we're going to need a bigger boat. Now that we have a better understanding of who's going to be fighting, let's take a look at our combatants. First, it's Kisame from Naruto. Kisame Hoshigaki is easily one of the most imposing characters in all of the Naruto series. He definitely made a name for himself when he joined the Akatsuki, but of course he had quite a shrouded past before this. He was originally with the Hidden Mist Village, where he was renowned as one of the most powerful of the 7 swordsmen of the mist, which of course does imply that he is quite a swordsman, but there's definitely more to this guy than meets the eye. He's definitely kind of a fishman, so to speak. They never really get into it, but there's definitely something odd going on about this guy due to the fact that he has some very pale skin, gills on his face, and these very shark-like eyes. You know, the thing about a shark is they have lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes. Being that he's from the Hidden Mist Village, Kisame is a master of the water release jutsu, and because of this, he can pretty much swim and breathe in water. He has no problem with it whatsoever, and he loves being around it. He's also able to contain this water within his own body, where he's able to use his water release techniques, where a dry battlefield can instantly become an ocean in a second. He truly is imposing, but it's really his raw physical power that most people seem to be afraid of, and that's of course where he gotten most of his nicknames from. Of course he's known as the Monster of the Hidden Mist, but he's also known as the Tailed Beast Without a Tail, and that's just because he has such a high chakra reserve, and he's able to pretty much take on just about any opponent that he wants. But easily, the most powerful thing about Kisame is his sword, the Samehada, which is actually a sentient blade in itself. And it's called the Samehada because, of course, it has shark-like skin. And unlike typical swords where it really just cuts through things, this shaves or rips the flesh from its victims. Not only that, but it also has the power to absorb chakra from his opponents, giving him even more chakra and making him even more powerful. His most powerful ability of the Samehada is he's able to fuse it with his very own body, and he transforms into a giant shark-like creature, giving him not only a lot of mobility in the water, but on land as well, also amplifying all of his water techniques as well as making him way stronger. The ability to summon large amounts of water, giant summoning sharks, and a giant blade which can fuse with his own body, Kisame Hoshigaki really does seem like an almost impossible opponent. That is, of course, until we look at Hody Jones. Ah yes, Hody Jones. Just look at him. Smile, you son of a bitch! This is definitely one of the most intimidating fishmen we have seen in all of One Piece, and he's basically the successor of Arlong. And like Arlong, Hody Jones hates humans with a screaming passion. It's essentially his whole thing in life. He basically wants to rid the world of everyone but humans and believes that fishmen are the one and only true race. And this, of course, gives him a very, very evil motivation that, of course, makes him seem like a racist. But it also helps the fact that he's a giant great white fishman who's incredibly powerful. And like most other fishmen, he has 10 times the strength of a normal human and about 20 times the amount underwater, with the ability to breathe and move underwater incredibly fast, manipulate the water, being fishman karate. This guy is the typical fishman abilities, but you know what? He has a few others that are pretty damn cool. When it comes to weaponry, Hody Jones definitely has it in the bag. He of course has his signature trident, but he also has his very own blade, which is pretty badass in itself. And unlike Kisame's blade, this one is used in a very different fashion. While it does look like a sword at first, it actually attaches to the fin of Hody Jones, so that when he swims around in the water at such high speeds, you might actually get cut right in half by it. So this is a pretty dangerous weapon, even for Kisame to deal with. But still, that's pretty much all he has. That is, of course, until he uses his energy steroids. And this is definitely what makes Hody Jones incredibly powerful. Now, like we said before, he's already really powerful before, but when he takes these, he gets even crazier and almost nothing can stop him. He literally is a giant rampaging shark. There we have it. We have Kisame Hoshigaki. We have Hody Jones, these two shark-themed characters. Now, how are they actually going to be able to fight each other? And you know what? This is a really interesting battle because for me, I kind of see it as a stalemate. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen here. Now, the way I realize that is this. Well, you have Kisame. Well, he can swim and everything, so can Hody Jones. And he has a Samehada blade. Now, theoretically, the Samehada blade should be able to hurt Hody Jones. But seeing as how he's a great white fish man and he does have shark skin himself, will the sword actually be able to affect him? Also, there's the whole deal with chakra. Obviously, Hody Jones probably doesn't use chakra, so he wouldn't be able to absorb it. And then, of course, there goes the whole thing with Kisame being able to absorb his sword and become this giant shark beast himself. Will he be able to stand a chance against Hody Jones? And we already know that he is immensely strong, and having the nickname the Tailed Beast Without a Tail really is a pretty big deal, so it really speaks volumes about his power. But as far as battles go for this one, I'm at a complete stalemate. I cannot choose who is going to win. Their powers are just so incredibly similar. I mean, they're both incredibly strong. They can swim underwater. Kisame, on the other hand, can summon a lot of different sharks from the water and manipulate the water in a ton of different ways. But then again, Hody can too, to an extent. But that's what you guys are for. I'm going to sort of throw the chum in the water and let you guys sort of fight it out and decide who would win in a battle. You guys can let me know with your comments below. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as always, remember if you liked it, make sure and give it a thumbs up. That concludes this video today. SuperKamiGuru9000, out.